Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive shift in the world of finance. And look, we're not just talking about slightly faster computers here. We're talking about a complete reimagining of money, security, and how transactions work, all thanks to the pretty mind-bending world of quantum technology.
So, how are we going to get from our current, kind of creaky financial system to this new quantum-powered future? Well, here's our roadmap. First, we'll look at the big problems we're facing right now. Then, we'll introduce the revolutionary tech that's ready to fix them. After that, we'll see how it builds this incredible digital fortress, check out the real-world benefits for leaders, and finally, get a peek at a future where finance is totally decentralized.
All right, let's start with the why. Our global financial system is, well, it's a marvel in its own way, but let's be honest, the cracks are really starting to show. We're going to dig into the core issues that are pushing this decades-old setup to its absolute breaking point. So what are these cracks, really? This isn't just about things being a little slow or inconvenient. We're talking about some pretty fundamental flaws in the architecture that holds up all of global commerce. The stakes here aren't just about speeding up payments. They're about the security and the stability of the entire system.
Our sources really nail it down to three big ones. First up, speed. Think about it. We live in an age of instant everything, right? So why does it still take days for money to move from one country to another? Next, security. We hear about massive data breaches all the time because, frankly, our current defenses are playing a constant, losing game of catch-up with hackers. And finally, scalability. The whole system is just groaning under the weight of billions of transactions every single day. It's like we're trying to run our 21st century world on a 20th century engine.
Okay, so if the old system is broken, what's the fix? Well, this is where it starts to sound a little like science fiction. Quantum computing. And just to be super clear, this isn't about making our current computers a little bit faster. No, this is about building a machine that thinks in a completely different way. So what exactly is it? Okay, think of a regular computer like a light switch. It's either on or it's off, a 1 or a 0. Simple. A quantum computer, though, it's more like a dimmer switch. It can be on, off, or a whole bunch of places in between, all at the exact same time. And that ability to be in multiple states at once gives it this almost unimaginable power. It can process information, create basically unbreakable codes, and solve problems that would take even our best supercomputers millions of years to figure out.
So how does all that quantum power actually change finance? Well, it's like a chain reaction. First, you get this unbelievably fast data processing. We're talking about analyzing the entire global stock market in the blink of an eye. That incredible speed then lets you create brand new algorithms that can spot risks and opportunities we could never even see before. And when you put that speed and that intelligence together, you get the grand prize, real-time transactions, for everyone, everywhere, instantly. And this brings us to a really cool paradox. The same quantum power that could, in theory, just smash every digital lock we currently use is also the key to building a brand new kind of lock, one that is, for all intents and purposes, unbreakable. We're talking about a new digital fortress.
Just look at this fortress. The whole point here isn't just building higher walls around the same old castle. It's about building a completely new kind of structure, one where the laws of physics themselves are the security guards. You see, with quantum principles, if anyone even tries to look at the data without permission, the data instantly changes. That alone alerts the system to a breach. It's security baked into the nature of reality, not just written in code.
Yeah, this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old world versus the new. On the left, you've got this old rusty padlock of today's security. It works because it's based on math problems that are just really hard for our current computers. But for a quantum computer, child's play. Now on the right, you have the quantum lock. Its security isn't based on a hard math problem. It's woven into the very fabric of physics, making it a fundamentally different and way stronger kind of protection.
Okay, so unbreakable security and lightning speed. That all sounds amazing, but what does it actually mean in the real world? Let's bring this down from theory to practice. How does this quantum leap actually help the people making the big calls every day, the chief technology officers and the financial controllers?
For a CTO like Michael Rodriguez, this isn't just an upgrade. He says it's a superpower. It lets his team process these incredibly complex data sets and optimize their decisions. Imagine being able to model every single possible outcome of a huge tech investment in just seconds, instead of waiting months. That's the kind of competitive edge we're talking about here.
And then for a financial controller like Sarah Johnson, it's all about getting clarity and being able to see what's coming. She talks about applying new modeling techniques right away. And what that means is you can stop relying on quarterly forecasts and start doing real-time financial analysis. You can spot trends and risks the moment they happen, not weeks after the fact.
So when you boil it all down, it comes to this: making better decisions, getting deeper analysis, creating way more accurate models, and saving tons and tons of hours that used to be wasted just crunching numbers. For any business, these aren't just small improvements. This is a fundamental change in how smart and how efficient you can be.
So, where is all this leading? When you combine instant speed, quantum-level security, and almost godlike analytics, you don't just get a better financial system, you're actually laying the groundwork for something totally new, a decentralized future.
According to our source material, the future of finance really stands on these three pillars: real-time, which gets rid of all the friction and waiting; secure, which protects our assets using the laws of physics; and then there's the big one, the really revolutionary one: decentralized. This is the piece that changes the entire game.
So what does decentralized even mean? Well, right now, if you want to send money, it has to pass through a central hub, like a bank. They act as the gatekeeper, and they take a cut and slow everything down. A decentralized system, on the other hand, is more like a huge peer-to-peer network. The whole community of users validates the transactions, which completely cuts out the middleman. It's a huge shift from a top-down system to one that's managed by the community, and that could make finance way faster, cheaper, and open to literally everyone.
And all of this leaves us with one last pretty big thought. This stuff isn't science fiction anymore. The building blocks are being put into place as we speak. This technology is moving forward at an absolutely incredible speed, which brings us to the one crucial question every leader in tech and finance needs to be asking themselves. Is your organization ready for the quantum shift?